It may seem like the love between you and your dog has never changed. Every morning, you still pet them, still say words of affection, and receive back a look full of devotion. They always run to greet you when you come home, curl up in your lap every night, and never leave your side. But then, one day, everything seems different. Your dog is no longer as joyful as before. You can sense a noticeable distance between you two, even though you still live under the same roof. Could it be that you are doing something wrong? How can you realize that actions you think are harmless are silently hurting your dog's heart? In this video, we will break down 50 mistakes that even the biggest dog lovers can accidentally make. These mistakes are not out of malice but come from love and care, yet they can still harm your dog's feelings. Don't worry, this video is not about judgment, but an opportunity for you to better understand the things you may not have noticed before. So, are you ready? Because in just a few minutes, you'll look at your dog with a completely different perspective. First, you might have unintentionally used your dog's crate as a form of punishment. Surely, you've had situations where your dog knocked over water or chewed on something they shouldn't, and you angrily shouted, "Go to your crate!" It may seem like a quick training fix, but for your dog, the crate is not a place for punishment. In fact, the crate should be a safe space, a private area that helps your dog relax and feel at peace. When you use the crate as a punishment, your dog will no longer feel safe there, and that can create fear instead of trust. If you pay close attention, you might notice your dog starting to avoid the crate when they need to rest. You don't want that, right? To help your dog truly feel at ease in their own space, create an area that only holds safety and love, with no judgment. A question for you. Have you ever used the crate as a form of punishment? Share with us in the comments. Next, perhaps you've thought that dogs understand right away, and there's no need for praise. Dogs are incredibly intelligent creatures, but they still need encouragement to stay motivated. Do you remember the last time your dog did something right? For example, going to the bathroom in the right spot or running over when called? A simple, "good job," or a gentle pat on the head can be a powerful motivator for your dog, making them feel recognized. However, if you overlook these moments and fail to acknowledge them, your dog may lose confidence in their actions and become indifferent. Think about it. When you work hard without ever receiving praise or encouragement, do you feel less interested? Dogs feel the same way. They need encouragement to feel bonded and happy when they are with you. Don't let your dog feel unappreciated just because you forget to offer a word of encouragement. The reason why you should praise your dog is that it strengthens the bond between you and them. Try it out and share the results with us. One of the serious mistakes many dog owners make is scolding their dogs instead of understanding their behavior. Don't think that scolding will help the dog understand that they were wrong. When a dog does something wrong, such as barking loudly or chewing on something, you might feel very angry and react immediately with a shout. But this doesn't teach the dog anything. In fact, it only makes the dog feel scared. And if the behavior is coming from anxiety, scolding will only increase that anxiety. Try this. When you're scared or stressed, do you think you can process everything clearly? Similarly, when a dog is frightened, they won't be able to understand why you're upset. Instead of scolding, try being patient and understanding the cause behind their behavior. By doing so, you'll help them feel safe and better understand their actions. Next time when your dog makes a mistake, try staying calm and see how they respond. Share your experiences with us. Even a small action like not giving your dog enough space to dig can cause harm. Many people think that digging is an inappropriate behavior and often scold their dogs when they do it. However, digging is a natural instinct for dogs, just like when they search for food or release energy. Banning this behavior can make your dog feel suppressed, and over time, they will stop expressing their natural instincts. Instead of forbidding it, you can create a designated area for your dog to dig or change how you play with them, like hiding treats. When you allow your dog to express their instincts in a healthy way, you'll see them happier and less stressed. So, next time, how will you give your dog the chance to express this instinct? Try creating a digging area and let me know the results. And when you pretend to throw the ball but there is no ball, your dog is feeling disappointed. Many dog owners have the habit of pretending to throw the ball when playing, and at first, the dog may happily run after it. However, as this game repeats, the dog will begin to realize that they cannot catch anything and will lose trust in their owner. A game that seems harmless is actually making them frustrated and losing trust in you. If you want to bring joy to your dog, play games with clear outcomes, like throwing a real ball that they can catch. The joy for a dog doesn't just come from running, but from the feeling of success when they catch the toy you throw. So, how will you create games that leave your dog satisfied? Share with us in the comments. Have you ever pushed your dog away when they wanted to be close to you? Surely, there have been times when you were busy or worried about getting your clothes dirty, and you pushed your dog away when they came close. But for dogs, rejecting them when they show affection can make them feel abandoned. They will gradually learn that when they approach you, they won't receive the love they long for. Think about it. If a friend always tries to avoid you when you want to be close, how would you feel? Dogs feel the same way. They need love and closeness from you. Don't let them feel abandoned. So, have you ever unknowingly rejected your dog's affection? Share your thoughts with us in the comments. Sometimes, the way you look at your dog can make them feel threatened. Eye contact is one of the ways humans express affection, but for dogs, when you stare into their eyes for too long or too intensely, they may feel threatened. Especially if you hold the dog's head to make them look at you, they will feel controlled and uncomfortable. Dogs need to feel freedom in their relationship with you, and eye contact should be a gentle expression of love, not a way to show dominance. Remember, true connection comes from respect and allowing the dog the freedom to choose. A question for you. Have you ever stared into your dog's eyes for too long? Try making a more natural, loving connection next time. When you hug your dog, do you truly understand that hugging is not a natural action for them? Hugging is a gesture of affection, but for dogs, a hug can feel like an imposed action. For many dog breeds, being surrounded or held tightly is a form of control, and this can make them feel unsafe or even stressed. You might think your dog will feel happy when you hug them, but in reality, it could be different. Instead of hugging, try expressing your love in other ways, such as gently patting their head or giving them a favorite treat. So, do you know other ways to show affection to your dog that they might feel more comfortable with? Try it and share with us. Be careful when using comforting words like, "It's okay." It may seem like a comforting phrase, but "it's okay" doesn't mean much to dogs, especially when they're anxious. If you repeatedly use this phrase when your dog feels scared, they will begin to associate that word with anxiety. This can make your dog feel unsafe and not understand the real meaning behind your comforting words. Instead of using these words, create a safe environment for your dog and give them a sense of calm through actions rather than just words. Have you ever unknowingly used "it's okay" when your dog was anxious? Share how you'll change your way of comforting them in the comments. Have you ever noticed that leaving your dog alone for long periods can cause them harm? Dogs are very attached to humans, and they need interaction, care, and love from you. When you leave your dog alone for too long, especially if they haven't mentally prepared for it, they will feel lonely and anxious. Dogs that live in this state frequently can develop behavioral problems like excessive barking, chewing on furniture, or even depression. Think about the times when you had to be away from home for a long period, and the feeling when you return and meet your dog. Can they understand where you've been? For dogs, your absence can be a huge emotional shock. If you know you'll be gone for a while, leave behind familiar sounds or objects with your scent so your dog feels less lonely. An old shirt or a favorite toy can help your dog feel safer when you're not around. Do you feel like you're creating a safe environment for your dog? Share your tips with us in the comments. Have you ever noticed that your gaze at your dog could make them feel scared? Eye contact is one of the most powerful forms of communication between us. But for dogs, staring into their eyes for too long or too intensely can make them feel threatened. This is especially true if you hold your dog's head to try to make them look at you. Dogs may feel forced and uncomfortable in this situation. Imagine the reverse. If someone stared at you without stopping, how would you feel? You might feel tense and uncomfortable, and dogs feel the same way. Instead of staring into your dog's eyes, let them come closer and choose to communicate in their own natural way. True connection between you and your dog comes from respect, not control. Have you ever tried communicating this way? Try it and share your thoughts in the comments. When hugging your dog, do you understand that hugging isn't always a loving gesture for them? Many people think hugging their dog is a way to show affection, but in reality, for some dogs, hugging can make them feel forced and uncomfortable. This is especially true for dogs that tend to dislike being enclosed or feel out of control. Tight hugs can make them feel constrained and even scared. Imagine being held tightly in a hug you don't want. How would you feel? Dogs feel the same way. Instead of hugging, try gentler ways to show affection, like petting their head or stroking them. So, next time, what will you choose to show love to your dog? Share with us in the comments. One of the big mistakes dog owners often make is not realizing that dogs can also get stressed by noise. Sounds like thunder, fireworks, or loud music can make dogs feel panicked. A dog's ears are 4 times more sensitive than ours, so these noises can make them feel like the world is collapsing around them. Dogs don't understand what fireworks are, but they can sense the change in their environment. Imagine again. If you were in a dark room and heard a loud, unclear sound, how would you feel? Dogs feel the same way. These sounds can create a fearful experience for them, increasing anxiety and stress levels. So next time when you know there will be loud noises, prepare a quiet space for your dog. Play soft music, close the windows, and stay by their side. Share with us how you help your dog feel more peaceful in situations like this. Sometimes you might think giving your dog food from the dinner table shows love, but in reality, it's the opposite. Dogs may not know what food is safe and what is harmful, and sometimes food from the table can contain spices, sweeteners, or even toxic ingredients for them. For example, chocolate, onions, and garlic can all be poisonous to dogs, even though they might seem thrilled to get some of your food. Just like when you feed children unsafe food without knowing it, dogs can't recognize this either. This action may unintentionally cause negative effects on their health. Next time, instead of giving your dog food from the table, prepare meals specifically for them to show love while protecting their health. Try looking up dog food recipes and share your dog's favorite meal with us. Have you ever let your dog interact with children without supervision? Children often don't understand how rough they may be when playing with dogs and may make dogs feel attacked or uncomfortable. Actions like climbing on the dog, pulling their tail, or scaring them can cause stress and agitation. This sometimes leads to defensive behavior or biting. So, when you see your dog showing signs of stress or anxiety, don't ignore it. Teach children how to approach and play with dogs gently and respectfully. You've probably noticed that supervision is necessary. What have you done to protect your dog from uncomfortable interactions? Share your tips with us. One thing few people realize is that dogs can sense your emotions. When you are stressed or anxious, your dog can sense it through pheromones or your body language. Not managing your emotions can make your dog feel stressed and anxious as well. If you are worried about something, your dog might think there's a danger approaching. Try staying calm, not just for yourself, but also for your dog. You'll notice a difference when both you and your dog feel safe in the same space. So, what will you do to reduce stress for both you and your dog? Share your tips to help your dog feel safer. And if you ever thought giving your dog candy was a way to show love, think again. Dogs can't distinguish between food for humans and food suitable for them. Candies can contain sugar, dairy, or chocolate, and all of these can be harmful to dogs. Just like you wouldn't give harmful food to children, you shouldn't give unsuitable food to your dog. Try changing this habit and choose safe treats for your dog. They not only love you, but also feel your care through the food you give them. So always supervise the interactions between dogs and children to ensure everything goes safely. When children learn how to approach and play with dogs gently and respectfully, both children and dogs will be much happier. Have you ever let children play with dogs unsupervised? Share your experiences in the comments so everyone can learn together. Have you ever noticed that loud sounds can make dogs feel scared and stressed? Dogs have very sensitive hearing, and they can hear sounds at frequencies that we cannot. Therefore, when there are loud sounds like fireworks, thunder, or loud music, dogs feel like the world is collapsing around them. Especially during holidays or storms, dogs can become panicked because they cannot understand where these sounds are coming from. Moreover, they won't know how to protect themselves from things they can't see or control. Next time, when there are loud noises, you can prepare a quiet space for your dog. Close the curtains and play soft music to reduce panic. Simply stay close and comfort them with a soft voice to help them feel safer. Have you ever noticed that dogs are very sensitive to sound? Share your experiences in the comments below this video. There's a habit that many dog owners don't realize is making their dog feel unsafe, leaving them alone for too long. Dogs are very social animals, and they love being close to their owners. When you leave without preparing them for it, dogs can feel anxious and lonely. This fear can stem from not understanding why you left or not knowing when you will return. This feeling makes them easily stressed and can lead to negative behaviors like excessive barking or chewing on furniture. Try thinking about your own feelings when left alone in a dark room, waiting without knowing when someone will come back. This can make dogs feel uneasy. To reduce anxiety, you can leave an item with your scent or play soft music when you leave the house. What have you tried doing to help your dog reduce anxiety when you're away? Share in the comments so the community can learn together. Another thing you may not realize is that feeding your dog inappropriate food can seriously affect their health. Just like humans, dogs have certain foods they cannot consume, such as chocolate, onions, or foods containing artificial sweeteners like xylitol. Although sometimes you may feel that giving your dog a cookie is a way to show love, in reality, feeding them unsafe food can harm them immediately or in the future. These foods can cause poisoning, liver damage, and even death. Next time, when your dog looks at you with innocent eyes, don't forget that not everything you eat is safe for them. Prepare special meals for your dog that are not only delicious, but also safe for their health. Have you ever accidentally fed your dog unsafe food? Share your story with us in the comments. Sometimes, not paying attention to the signs of stress in your dog can be a big mistake. Dogs may not verbally express how they feel, but they still communicate with you through body language. If you see your dog licking their lips repeatedly, yawning at odd times, or turning their head away, these may be signs that they are feeling stressed or uncomfortable. However, many owners don't recognize these signs and continue to force their dogs into situations they don't want. If you pay attention to these small signs and create a safer environment for your dog, they will feel more respected and loved. Stress can harm dogs in the long run, affecting their physical and mental health. Have you ever noticed your dog's stress signs without understanding them? Share your experience in the comments. You've probably thought that hugging your dog is a way to show love. But did you know not every dog likes to be hugged? Hugging is a gesture of affection in many families, but not every dog feels comfortable when being tightly hugged. Some dogs may feel controlled and unable to move freely when hugged for too long. Especially with independent dogs, being surrounded can make them feel anxious and unsafe. Try changing how you show love to your dog with other actions like gently patting their head or letting them play with their favorite toys. Respecting your dog's personal space is also a great way to show love. Have you ever tried not hugging your dog, but instead gently petting them? Share in the comments so everyone can refer to it. When you teach your dog something new, do you know that your method might make them feel confused? Dogs are very intelligent creatures, but they need time and patience to learn. If you change your training methods too often or are inconsistent in teaching basic commands, they may feel confused and not know what they need to do. This will not help build a strong relationship between you and your dog. Instead of constantly changing your training methods, be patient and consistent when teaching your dog. Use the same command each time and ensure that your dog clearly understands your expectations. Have you tried using simple and patient methods? Share with us in the comments about your dog training techniques. You've likely noticed that dogs need special care as they grow older. As dogs begin to age, they will face health issues like joint pain, hearing, and vision loss. Failing to change the way you care for them or not paying attention to changes in their behavior and health can make them feel neglected. Providing a safe and comfortable environment, as well as adjusting their diet and daily routines, is crucial to help your dog live a healthy and happy life in their later years. What have you done to care for your dog as they age? Share your tips for caring for an older dog in the comments. You've probably thought that creating a cozy space for your dog is simple, but are you sure the space you create is truly safe for them? Dogs need their own space to feel safe and relaxed. However, many owners don't realize that not creating this space or forcing their dog to live in a limited area can make them feel stressed. Space is an important factor in making your dog feel protected and comfortable. When you don't give your dog enough space to move around freely and relax, they may become anxious and more prone to stress. Dogs not only need physical space, but also need mental space to feel free and at ease in their environment. Think about yourself when you are forced into a small space and cannot move comfortably. It's not a pleasant feeling, right? Just like humans, dogs also need their own private space. To make your dog feel safe and comfortable, make sure you have created an appropriate space for them in your home. Have you prepared a personal space for your dog? Share your ideas in the comments to help others learn and apply them. One mistake many dog owners unknowingly make is overemphasizing physical games while forgetting that dogs also need mental stimulation. Dogs, just like humans, need intellectual stimulation to develop and maintain interest in life. Simple games like fetch or running races can help dogs burn off energy, but they don't help them develop their minds. Letting dogs engage in games that require thinking, like puzzles or finding objects, can help them develop intellectually and reduce boredom. A dog's mind also needs regular stimulation to keep them not only healthy, but also happy. In fact, many dog owners don't realize that when dogs lack intellectual stimulation, they may start to develop unwanted behaviors, like chewing on furniture or excessive barking. Providing mental games like food dispensing toys or search exercises will help dogs feel purposeful and no longer lost. Have you tried intellectual games for your dog? Try them out and share the results in the comments. One action you might not realize but could be hurting your dog is not controlling your emotions. Dogs have the ability to sense your emotions, and when you're stressed, anxious, or angry, your dog may feel uneasy and anxious as well. Many dog owners don't realize that their emotions can directly affect their dog's mental state. Dogs can't understand why you're worried or angry, but they can sense it through your gestures, tone of voice, and attitude. If you can't control your emotions, your dog may learn to react negatively to that stress, leading to behavioral problems. To help your dog feel safer and more relaxed, you need to learn how to stay calm in stressful situations. Not only will this help you maintain composure, but it will also make your dog feel more secure, as they can sense that everything around them is still stable. In fact, when you stay calm, your dog will feel safe and their anxiety will decrease. Have you ever noticed how your emotions affect your dog? Share your story in the comments so everyone can learn together. One of the big mistakes you might be making is not providing regular health checkups for your dog. Dogs also need regular checkups to catch potential health issues early. Sometimes, we think dogs are always healthy just because they don't show obvious signs of illness. However, there are many conditions dogs can have that don't show up immediately, like joint problems, dental issues, or even heart problems. Regular checkups with a vet help you detect these issues early and take action before they become serious. If you skip regular health checkups for your dog, you might miss important signs and cause serious health consequences. Make sure your dog is checked regularly and vaccinated fully. When was the last time you took your dog for a checkup? Share your story in the comments to encourage others to pay more attention to their dog's health. You've surely heard about feeding your dog leftovers, but do you know that this could harm your dog? Leftovers might contain spices and ingredients that aren't suitable for your dog's digestive system. Giving your dog food from the table can cause digestive issues, increase the risk of obesity, and lead to long-term health problems. Dogs cannot digest spices, salt, and fats like humans can, and these can lead to serious liver and kidney issues. While you might feel sorry for them and think that feeding them what you eat is a way to show love, it's actually a big mistake. To protect your dog's health, you should prepare separate meals for them, ensuring they get the right nutrition without the risks from unsafe food. You can learn more about safe dog foods and how to prepare them at home to protect their health. Have you ever given your dog leftovers? Try changing this habit and share the results in the comments. When your dog feels disrespected, they may respond by distancing themselves from you. Dogs are very sensitive creatures, and when you ignore their emotions, they may start distancing themselves to avoid being hurt. One way you might unintentionally make your dog feel disrespected is by not paying attention to their signs of stress. Ignoring signs like lip licking, ear folding, or turning their head away can make them feel that their emotions aren't important. This makes them lose trust and could gradually create distance between you and your dog. If you pay attention to these small signs and adjust your behavior to meet their emotional needs, you will create a lasting, loving relationship. Respect your dog's space and emotions to help them feel safe and loved. Have you ever ignored your dog's stress signs? Share your story in the comments so everyone can learn together. You've probably thought that dogs always need fun and stimulation, but sometimes what dogs really need is quiet time. Dogs also need quiet time to rest and recover. If you continuously involve your dog in play activities without giving them time to relax, they will become exhausted and stressed. Just like humans, dogs need time to rest so their body and mind can recharge, enabling them to stay happy and healthy. Giving your dog proper rest is the best way to ensure they remain healthy and joyful. Make sure you create quiet times for your dog, where they can relax without worrying about the activities around them. Do you create a quiet space for your dog? Try it and share your experience in the comments. Not showing love through actions is also a big mistake. Dogs need to be loved not just through words, but through actions. You might say you love your dog, but if you don't show that love through specific actions like petting, playing, or spending time with them, they will feel the absence of affection. They need that close connection, and to feel your love through your daily care. When you spend time taking care of and playing with your dog, you not only make them happy, but also build a strong and lasting bond. Remember, love for dogs needs to be shown through both words and actions. How do you show your love for your dog through actions? Share with us in the comments so everyone can learn together. You probably think that walking your dog is a way for them to be comfortable and happy, but have you really created a proper walk for them? Walking your dog is a great activity, but if you just walk without giving your dog time to sniff around, they will feel unfulfilled and unsatisfied. Dogs need time to sniff, find scents, and explore the world around them. This is part of their hunting instinct. Simply dragging your dog along without letting them stop and sniff will make them feel the walk is meaningless. This can lead to frustration and stress for your dog. When walking your dog, give them time to stop, sniff, and explore freely. Don't rush them. Let your dog feel that they can roam in a large, interesting space. Do you give your dog time to sniff during each walk? Share your ideas in the comments. Have you ever felt frustrated when your dog makes noise or is destructive? When dogs exhibit unwanted behaviors, they may be showing anxiety or stress. Yelling or scolding doesn't solve the problem. It only makes the dog feel more scared. Especially if your dog is anxious when left alone or not given enough playtime, they might engage in destructive behaviors like loud barking or chewing on furniture. Instead of punishing them, try understanding the root cause of this behavior and address it from there. If your dog is feeling anxious, try providing them with entertainment toys or find ways to reduce their stress by creating a safe and peaceful space. Have you ever dealt with unwanted behavior from your dog with patience and understanding? Share your experiences in the comments so we can all learn together. One action that many dog owners don't realize is creating stress for their dogs is making sudden changes to their living environment. Dogs are very sensitive to changes, and when their surroundings change suddenly, they may feel unsafe and anxious. Moving houses, changing furniture, or rearranging living spaces can create instability for dogs. These changes can make them feel lost and lacking security. Dogs will need time to adjust to these changes and find stability in the new environment. To help your dog feel secure during these changes, take the time to recreate familiar spaces for them and try to maintain old routines so they can feel comfortable and safe. Have you ever changed your living environment without considering its impact on your dog? Share your story to help others avoid making this mistake. If you think keeping your dog in a crate all day is safe for them, you might be unknowingly hurting them. A crate should be a place where your dog feels safe and rests, but it's not a place for them to be confined all day. Keeping your dog in a crate for too long can cause stress and make them feel abandoned. A dog needs space to move, explore, and interact with you. If a dog is kept in a crate for too long without enough care and affection, they might develop behavioral problems and feel lonely. Make sure your dog is not in the crate for too long. Give them plenty of playtime, communication, and interaction with you. Do you often leave your dog in the crate for long periods? Share your thoughts on how your dog reacts to this in the comments. One unintentional action that many dog owners make is not providing enough water for their dog throughout the day. Dogs need water just like humans, and not providing enough water can lead to severe dehydration. You may not realize that dogs also need water continuously throughout the day, not just when they go for walks or eat. Dehydration can affect your dog's health, particularly their kidneys and digestive system. Make sure your dog always has clean, fresh water throughout the day, especially on hot summer days or when they engage in physical activities. Water is essential for keeping your dog healthy and energized. When was the last time you changed your dog's water? Don't forget to provide enough water for your dog. Have you ever given your dog a quick meal without thinking about the calories and nutrition? A dog's diet is crucial for maintaining their health and development. Feeding your dog fast food, food with too many spices, or food lacking in nutrition can lead to serious health problems like obesity, diabetes, and heart disease. Sometimes we may feel affectionate when giving our dog a treat or snack, but in reality, these foods can harm them in the long run. Make sure your dog's diet is always complete and balanced, including enough protein, vitamins, and minerals. Don't forget to consult your veterinarian to ensure that your dog's diet is appropriate for their age and health condition. Do you pay attention to your dog's diet every day? Share some dog nutrition tips in the comments. You've probably thought that letting your dog roam free in the yard is safe, but you might have unknowingly created dangers for them. Dogs can be at risk if not supervised when they're outside in an unsafe area. You may not realize that the yard or garden can contain hazardous objects like chemicals, toxic plants, or even sharp objects that your dog might swallow. One of the biggest risks is that your dog could run out of the safe area and get lost or encounter dangers from traffic. Make sure the outdoor area for your dog is always supervised and free of hazardous objects. Create a safe space where your dog can play without any risks. Do you always supervise your dog when they are outside? Share your experience to help others keep their dogs safer. You've probably thought that letting your dog sleep in a separate room is good for them, but sometimes this might not provide the benefits you think. Dogs are animals that love bonding with their owners, and letting them sleep alone in another room can make them feel lonely. If your dog has to sleep in a separate room, they may feel abandoned and lacking protection. This can affect their mental health and make them feel stressed or anxious. Instead of letting your dog sleep alone, create a comfortable and safe sleeping space in your room. Having your dog close to you when they sleep helps them feel safer and strengthens the bond between you and them. Where does your dog sleep? Do you think letting your dog sleep near you helps them feel safer? Share in the comments. Finally, one action that many dog owners don't realize is harmful to their dogs is not paying attention to proper hygiene. Dogs also need to be properly groomed to avoid skin diseases and other health issues. Not bathing them regularly, not trimming their fur, or neglecting dental care can lead to infections and reduce their quality of life. In fact, many dog owners skip grooming because they think dogs can clean themselves. Make sure you take time to groom your dog properly, including bathing, brushing, and caring for their teeth. This will help your dog stay healthy and avoid unwanted illnesses. When was the last time you groomed your dog? Share how you care for your dog's hygiene in the comments. So, through 50 ways you might unknowingly hurt your dog without realizing, we've explored the daily actions we take and the impact they can have on our four-legged friends. Caring for a dog is not just about feeding them or taking them for walks. It's important to understand and respect their emotions and instincts. Every action you take, whether intentional or not, can affect your dog's mental and physical health. So proper care will help them live a happier and healthier life. So, have you realized what you need to change in how you care for your dog? Leave a comment below this video and share your experiences and changes you'll make after watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on more helpful videos on how to care for your dog properly. Thank you for watching the video. We hope this information helps you understand your dog better and build a stronger relationship with your loyal companion.